Hi everyone, I'm Sifu Rafi Dudarian. I hope you're having a great day today. Thanks for being here with me for my 5th video in my Kali series for Black Belt Magazine. As always, I want to give a quick shout out to Black Belt for letting me be involved in this project. I'm having a great time. We're getting some great comments from everybody out there, some nice private messages. So you guys are enjoying the training too. I appreciate that. Today I'm going to get into single stick blocking and counterattacking. And as I have been doing in the previous 4 videos, we're going to keep it pretty simple and user-friendly. We're going to deal with 5 basic lines of attack, 1 simple counterattack, and then 1 that's a little more intermediate. I wouldn't quite call it advanced, but it's got a little more bite to it than the first one. So let's get started. To cover the attacks we're going to be using, these are just 5 lines of attack that most systems have in some way, shape, or form: an inward diagonal, a backhand diagonal, a horizontal, and a thrust. Okay, you see that in just about every Filipino system. You will see these angles. If not numbered as 1 through 5, they're certainly involved in the particular numbering system that they use. So, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5. I'll do them left-handed to mirror you. If you're holding the stick in your right hand, you can follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, those are the attacks that we will be dealing with today in this video. All right, let's get into the blocking now. So we're going to start with, I think, something very simple. It's dos mano blocking, 2-handed blocking. If you've ever done any kind of bow staff training in karate or taekwondo, or whatever your art is, it'll be very familiar to you, that's for sure. So we're going to start here, and very simply, against that first line of attack that I showed a minute ago, you're just going to be in your lead, and you're going to block here on an angle. And then for the second line, you'd be blocking here. The third line, you're going to drop down a little more. Notice I'm more horizontal now, vertical rather, sorry, and vertical here as well. And then for that thrust, we'll sidestep and block across. In a minute, I'm going to be bringing out one of my assistants, and you'll see us doing it live. But I just wanted to isolate just the blocking so you can get a handle on that. So, one more time, 2-handed blocking, closed-fisted on both sides, okay? Blocking angle 1. Blocking angle 2, vertically blocking angle 3, vertically blocking angle 4, and then sidestepping and vertically blocking and almost parrying the angle 5 thrust. The other option with this particular method would be if you wanted to keep one hand open, okay? And then some people like this better, some people don't. You do whatever feels good for you, but if you're going to do one hand open, keep the fingers back. Some people will do this as well. Just be careful if your fingers are exposed, you're going to get clipped. Okay, so you want to be careful with that. If you were to do it that way, if you just what we did a second ago, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, and then you'd be sidestepping the thrust. And if you notice, there is a body mechanic to the blocking, just what I've been doing. So when I'm here, I don't just stand there and eat it. I just kind of move a little bit to the side. All right, just so the block doesn't have to work as hard. So there's dos mano blocking against 5 basic lines of attack. Now that we're comfortable with the blocking, I want to show the 2 counterattacks I've got for you guys today. First one's very simple. It's just a forehand and a backhand. Forehand, backhand. So regardless of which blocking method you're using, if it's the the first one I did, the 2-handed block, you would come in and counterattack here with a 1-line and a 2-line, or a forehand and a backhand. Okay, pretty simple. Just if you've never done Kali before, or any kind of Filipino art, or even if you've maybe never even held one of these sticks before, that's really the best place to start. Get comfortable with it, and then try the other one that I put together for you guys. So from here, when that strike comes in, I'd be blocking here. Now you have 2 options. I can let go and come up and strike here, or I can change it to my left hand and strike there. Okay? It's whatever you feel you can do quickest, okay? So it's not always doing one or the other, it's whatever feels right in that moment. So again, from here, I block that angle 1, 1, 2, I block that angle 1, 1, 2. Okay, now the second one here, same idea, I block in here, 1, 2, I blocked it here, 1, 2. Third line here, a little more horizontal, I can let it go here, or just switch it out here. Both work. Again, on this side, I'm blocking here, okay? And then 1, 2, or I'm blocking here, 1, 2. When we sidestep that thrusting here, I sidestep, 2, or I sidestep, 1, 2. Whatever you like. Play with it, have fun with it. It's pretty simple. Let's get started. This is my assistant for today, Sifu Norm Davis, one of my senior guys here at the Academy, and he's been with me forever. So we'll start with the dos mano blocking. And the first follow-up, which is the inward and the backhand, or the X, if you want to call it that. So when he strikes, I make my block, and then here's my counterattack, here and here, or it could be here and here, or one across the neck, one back across the arm. So you can pick your targets depending on the level of the threat. Okay, and I leave that up to you to decide how much use of force you need to use. Okay, so the next step after that would be he's going to strike. I'll make my block, and then he's going to step back to let me counterattack at full speed. So when he comes in with that angle 1, I block, he's out of the way, and I just come right back with my X. Here, block, third line, fourth line, and on the fifth one. You notice I was changing hands, so on the left side, I let go, and I did a high X. But you could also just let go here and keep it all right-handed. In Kali, we do like to be ambidextrous as much as possible, so I encourage you to do it both ways. Don't just be blocking and all right-handed. Really get used to letting go and using your left hand. Okay, so that's pretty simplified dos mano blocking. I showed you earlier, you could do it with the open hand, fingers back, it would be the same exact thing. I'd like to show you now the second counterattack I've got for you guys. This one's, like I said, a little more involved than the first one. It's not just a simple matter of an X. It involves a little more practice, I think, if you've never done it before. It's going to be 2 redondo strikes, or 2 circle strikes. So from here, it's going to go 1, 2. Then you're going to do a downward slash going here diagonally, and then follow with an upward slash, and then finish with another circle strike. So I'll break that down for you in a second, but first of all, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So let's talk about that first strike, because that's probably the hardest one if you've never seen this before. So the redondo strike, we're going to start here. If you notice, where's my stick? It's almost parallel to the floor. And we're going to come through on a circle. It starts as a backhand, and then right here at this point, when it's getting near the bottom, maybe like at 4 o'clock, I rotate my wrist in and I bring it back again. Okay, and that's kind of important, because what happens is beginners will get to this point and then they'll rotate it out. And you see how it's not making a full circle, and actually you stop the momentum of the weapon when you do that. So it takes a little more practice to get into that coordination of rotating your wrist in and then coming around again, but it's really worth it. So if you were standing right in front of a wall, you should be able to do this technique with no problem. See how it's coming in, and the stick is staying on the same plane, almost like a propeller. Okay, it's not going from here and out. All right, that's just a common beginner's mistake, but I wanted to point it out at the beginning. So going rather slowly, I'm going to drop my hand so you can see very clearly what I'm doing. 2 of these, then a downward slash, an upward slash, and then another circle, or redondo strike. You have an option on that 1, 2 to go on 3 and 4 to come across, and then strike again. So the diagonal could be replaced with 2 horizontal strikes. That's up to you. We do it both ways. This is part of a series I learned from my teacher, Guru Dan Anasanto. It's right out of his curriculum. We do it in our school here in Rhode Island, in our curriculum as well. So it's good stuff. So again, just from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just so you can see it from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circles, up and down, or circles, across and down. So with practice, you'll get quite a bit of speed on it, okay? And then you'll be able to really, put a lot of gas on the technique, and you'll feel it. Believe me, your partner will. Let's see how we would apply the defense against angles 1 through 5 using the zone technique and defanging the snake. So when Mike feeds me angle 1, I zone back, and you can see this takes me off the line. So when he strikes angle 1, this is where I would be if I didn't move, but I'm zoning back out of the way, and I'm hitting him wherever I can get it, really. But you might get the wrist, you could get the crazy bone, you might get the forearm. If you hit it hard enough, the idea is, of course, he drops the weapon, we defang the snake, and then I would come in with the follows, which I'm going to show in a second. So one more time here, he comes in, and I hit here. And then he comes in on angle 2, I zone back, I hit here. On angle 3, I like to come over the top and hit the bicep. Angle 4, same thing, you're hitting the forearm, maybe you get the crazy bone, you might hit the tricep, you could hit the wrist. They're all good targets, okay? And then on angle 5, I zone back, and I take, usually it's going to be the hand at that point, because when they hit with the thrust, show that thrust again? This takes me pretty much out of all this other stuff for a solid strike. So I would hit here. If you smash the thumb and break it, he's got to drop the weapon, okay? So let's just switch positions here, Mike. All right, this is Mike, one of my senior students, been with me a really long time. I'm grateful to him for helping me out here on Saturday morning. So from this side, so you can see it a little more clearly, he comes in with angle 1, I zone back, and there's my strike. Angle 2, here, angle 3, here, angle 4, and then again on the angle 5, there. So that's the footwork and the first counterattack, or the first block, I should say. I hate to call them blocks because they really aren't. You're sort of striking the strike, or again, defanging the snake. So now we'll add the follow-up, which again, as I said earlier, is going to be a double redondo, a downward slash, an upward slash, and then finish with the third redondo strike. Okay, so now we'll walk through it once slowly, and then I'll bring it up to speed. So now he comes in with an angle 1, I zone back, and then I come forward, and the first strike could be here, it could be here, it could be here. So you might go head, arm, then we come back up through the slashing, and then finish there. Okay, so the targeting will depend on the positioning of your partner and what's available. Okay, but for our purposes today, he's going to swing at me 1 through 5. I'll make my defense, and then my counterattack with this combination I put together for you guys. Okay, so here we go. 1, and then he comes in on angle 2, and on angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and so on. So we'll switch positions again. You'll see it from this time, and I'll just bring it up a little quicker this time, okay? He comes in here, we go here. So always make sure you have a partner backup so there's no accidents. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the technique with one of our foam sticks we get from Century Martial Arts. Again, they're made by Action Flex. I just love them. And this time we get to apply the block a little more forcefully. I can actually hit them now and crack them real good. These things, they don't hurt. And then, of course, he still needs to back up. So we're going to get to really strike him on the first one. Then he backs up, and I'll continue again with the combination we have for you guys today. Okay, so on angle 1, okay, and on angle 2, and on angle 3, angle 4, and on angle 5. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the training. Thanks to Mike for coming in to help me out, and to Norm, who helped me out earlier. If you like the class, you like the video, say something nice in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.